Did you know that ancient Egyptians believed in a god who was the keeper of hidden knowledge and secrets? Well, get ready to learn all about him because we're about to explore the world of Thoth. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Uncovering Mythology and History. Here we explore the mysteries of history and mythology. In this video, we are going to enter into the fascinating world of Thoth, the god of balance and keeper of hidden knowledge. From his animal-headed appearance to his role as the inventor of writing, Thoth is one of the most intriguing figures in ancient Egyptian mythology. We'll explore his many facets, from his role in guiding souls through the afterlife to his association with magic and medicine. And if you think that's all there is to Thoth, think again. This god of balance is also associated with some of the universe's most mysterious and hidden aspects. So get ready, because we're about to uncover some of the secrets Thoth has been preserving for millennia. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. The Egyptian god of writing, knowledge, and magic was named Thoth. Thoth's Egyptian name was Deity, which means he who is like ibis. In ancient Egypt, the ibis was revered as a sacred bird, a favorite pet, and a symbol of wisdom. He served as the god's advisor and mediator and was associated with justice and order. Seshet, the goddess of writing and keeper of books, was his female counterpart and the patron saint of scribes. Thoth created language, and Seshet gave the people access to it. In a number of pictures, he is keeping track of the days and years so that the Egyptian scribes can write down the history of the country. Thoth appeared as an ibis and as a baboon. The image of Thoth as a baboon shows him as a heavily maned, sitting animal with his paws resting on his knees and a crescent disk of the moon perched atop his head. He occasionally wore the Atif crown, or the crowns of Upper and Lower Egypt. The baboon figure in the Hunt Museum, which has a hole in the top of its head, may have also been an ancient Egyptian god named Thoth. The hours of the night that the dead had to travel through were also represented by these figures. One story says that Thoth was born at the beginning of time from the lips of Ra. He was known as the god without a mother. In yet another creation myth, Thoth lays the cosmic egg containing everything in the universe while disguised as an ibis. He was always very close to Ra and the idea of divine justice and order. Again, in another story, the contendings of Horus and Set, which is an Egyptian manuscript from around 1190 to 1077 BCE, Horus and Set fight over who gets to be king. During the fight, Set accidentally swallows some of Horus's sperm, which turns into Thoth. Thoth was born from Set's forehead. In some stories, he helped keep the gods from fighting. But in each version, Thoth is a scribe who writes down what happens during the contest and gives the gods advice. When Set killed his brother Osiris, it was Thoth who helped his wife Isis do the ritual to bring him back to life and gave her the magic words so that Osiris could have Horus. Later, he used his knowledge and magic to help Horus fight Set in the wars that were still going on. Even during Horus's and Set's fight, he heals both at different times to ensure that neither side has an unfair advantage and that the contest is fair for everyone. In the same way, Thoth was in charge of making sure people were treated relatively on Earth. Geraldine Pinch, who is an Egyptologist, writes, Thoth set a divine example as a just judge and an incorruptible official. He lifted Mahat, the goddess of justice, to her father Ra. Thoth was responsible for framing and enforcing the laws of Mahat. In this role, he could be either a gracious peacemaker or a merciless executioner. Thoth was considered a perfect judge because he was credited with creating many areas of knowledge, including law, magic, philosophy, religion, science, writing, and astronomy. The Greeks liked him so much that they thought he was the first person to learn anything on Earth or in the heavens. He was so important to the gods, especially Ra, that Ra's daughter would sometimes run away and hide in faraway places. Thoth's influence extended beyond the spiritual realm too. As the god of the moon, he had celestial functions and even replaced the sun god Ra in the sky at night. In one interesting story, Thoth, who was in the form of an ibis, laid the cosmic egg that held everything in the world. One interesting fact is that we all know Egyptian pyramids were constructed long before, but do you know they were never utilized as tombs? And Thoth himself constructed it approximately 36,000 BC. In particular, Thoth was associated with the process of measuring and aligning the structures with celestial and geographic markers, a feat of engineering that was essential for the pyramid's stability and function. People also thought that he came up with a plan for the pyramids and may have even helped build them. He served as an Egyptian priest and ruler for 16,000 years on this planet. He made the two-dimensional universes of zeros and ones that we live in. According to legend, the secrets of the universe are recorded on the Emerald Tablet, which is a tablet made of green or emerald stone. The original emerald stone is buried in stories because it's uncertain where it came from. The most common story says that the tablet was found in the hands of Hermes Trismegistus' body in a collapsed grave in Tiana, right next to a statue of Hermes. The Egyptian god Thoth has been identified in myth as the maker of the Emerald Tablet. He constructed the Great Pyramid at the entrance to the expansive halls of Amenti, which was extensively described in the Emerald Tablets, when the time came for him to depart from Egypt. He chose the best of his people to serve as guards. They later rose to the position of priests and referred to him as the God of Wisdom. There are 10 tablets still present in the Great Pyramid. They are separated into 3 sections for everyone's convenience. Because of how important and far-reaching they are, the last 2 can't be shared with the public. The secrets they keep can only be learned by people who really want to learn and gain wisdom. Tradition says that when a person dies, their soul goes to the halls of Amenti, which change into the underworld or the halls of the gods. It has been presented to the general public in this manner. Yet, there are entrances that allow persons who have passed away on Earth to teleport to other realms, planets, and dimensions. And the spirits who are called guardians help them get through the Ankh, which is a symbol of life that never ends. Thoth served as a messenger and bookkeeper for the funeral deities. He was in charge of writing down the results of the heart-weighing ceremony, which decided if a person could go to the afterlife or not. They passed if their heart, spirit, was balanced with Mahat's feather of truth. Yet, if the person's heart was heavier than the feather, he or she did not pass. Thoth always guided the deities, regulated common everyday complaints, and enacted new rules. If a problem could not be solved, Thoth proposed that a group gather as an assembly and discuss it. The idea that writing is associated with magic led to the belief that Thoth had composed magical treaties based on everything he knew about the heavens, earth, and afterlife, and that these writings had been locked away for later initiates to discover. Pinch claims all funerary spells could be regarded as works of Thoth. A tradition grew up that Thoth had written 42 books containing all the knowledge needed by humanity. Some of this was occult knowledge to be revealed only to initiates who would not misuse the power it gave them. The Greeks identified Thoth with their messenger god Hermes. The body of literature known as the Hermetica claimed to preserve the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, Thoth the thrice great. Hermes Trismegistus was eventually reinterpreted as a great thinker who had lived thousands of years in the past. That's all for today. If you are curious about the fascinating world of mythology and history, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We have a ton of more videos that dive into the forgotten tales and hidden truths of the past. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Until then, keep exploring the mysteries of the world, and we'll see you soon.